What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Kel coming to you with another video. And man, this has been every bit of March Madness. First weekend of the tournament is over. Now it's on to Sweet 16 next weekend. And if I could sum up the first couple rounds in one word, upsets. But we have to go further than upsets. I guess seeding wise, you have to consider them as upsets. But I mean, some of these games were just straight beatdowns. And I mean, not just the regular, beatdowns, like upset beatdowns of like a 13 seed over a 4 seed or a 12 seed over a 5 seed, or at least not just any 4 or 5 seeds. The legitimate title contenders that we all thought going into this tournament, legitimate title contenders were just ramrodded. Arizona beat down by Buffalo, one of my Final Four picks. Texas A&M, who I barely picked the guy the first round, going into Charlotte, North Carolina, and beating down the Tar Heels. And of course, the most shocking of all, where history was made, UMBC. Just annihilating the number 1 overall seed, Virginia. I honestly thought I would never see. I honestly thought I would never see a 16 beat a 1. I just never really. I mean, it was just. I was basically done. I was like, it's probably not gonna ever happen. There might be some might come close, but I don't think it'll never happen. But I mean, I'm just saying, UMBC, they just didn't beat Virginia. They beat Virginia. I mean, they shot lights out, man. I mean, they were fantastic from the field, especially in the second half. I mean, Virginia had gave up on average, 53 points, through a stretch in the season. They went 17-1 in the ACC. In my opinion, the best conference, top to bottom, in college basketball. Now, yeah, the Big 12's up there too, but I still give it to the ACC. They gave up 53 points to UMBC in the second half. Like I said, they were shooting lights out. I mean, Virginia just looked discombobulated. They look like, what the heck is going on here? Now, I never really believed in Virginia anyway. I mean, I thought they would get a little bit further, but, I had them losing in the Elite Eight. I had them losing to Arizona, though. But still, I had them losing in the regional final. I just knew it would be a point to where I just knew it would be a point where their stifling defense would crumble. And I knew that they didn't have the offense. They wouldn't have the offense to keep up with with a team that got hot from the field. I just did not feel that they had the offense to keep up once their defense. Once a team found holes in their defense. Like I said, I just didn't think it would be a 16 seed that would get hot and would stifle Virginia. And staying in that South region, I mean, you have Virginia going down, you have Arizona going down in the first couple of days. Then, I mean, you have North Carolina losing, and then I think it was Tennessee losing. Those are your top 4 seeds in the South region. First time ever, first time ever that neither top four seed in a region advances to the Sweet 16. First time that a top four seed did not advance in a region to the Sweet 16. Let's just say it that way. I mean, it's just a free for all in the South, man. South region. I mean, you have Kentucky, who's more than likely the favorite now to come out the South as the highest remaining seed is at number 5. They're playing Kansas State, the number 9 seed. And then in the other matchup, you have probably two of the best stories in this tournament other than UMBC. You got Loyola of Chicago. Honestly, I did not pick them to get past Jim Larrañaga in Miami, but obviously two buzzer beaters later, I mean, they've made Sister Jean a household name. Just an incredible run by those guys, man. I forgot their nickname. It was the Ramblers. I think it's the Ramblers or something like that. Hadn't been to the tournament since 1985. I think that team actually made the Sweet 16 as well. But obviously, Sister Jean, 98-year-old team chaplain, prays with them before the game and stuff. I mean, just a big story. You know, one of those stories you can really get behind. Just a beautiful, beautiful story, man. And then you have the Nevada Cardiac Wolf Pack. You talk about two hellacious comebacks, man. I think in the game against Texas, they were down. I think they were down like 14. I think like Texas had to advance the whole game, but then they let it go late. And then Nevada found a way to squeak past from 87-83. And then was it yesterday? Today's Monday. Was it yesterday? Sunday when they played? It don't matter. I think it was yesterday. I think they were down by 22 with 11 minutes left to Cincinnati. One of the top defensive teams in the nation. And they come back and they win another one. Another thriller, 75-73. One of the biggest comeback. I think it was the second biggest comeback in NCAA tournament history. Like I said, I had them losing to Texas in the first round. I mean, just think one of those teams are going to be in the Elite Eight, or they're going to be in the regional final for a chance to go to the Final Four. Amazing. I want to talk about another great story real quick. Jim Boeheim and the Syracuse Orange. First four to the Sweet 16. They beat Arizona State, I believe that was, in the first four. And honestly, I forgot who they faced in the first round, but I had them picked to beat that 6 seed. I forgot who it was though. But that 6 seed before it was even over. It's gonna be before he even started. Yeah, it was TCU, that 6 seed. It was, like I said, they hadn't even played the first 4 games yet. The brackets just came on, and I had already picked the Arizona State Syracuse winner to beat TCU because I thought it would be Syracuse. But yeah, Boeheim just did this, a couple years ago. He took a first 4 team. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't the first 4 team. It was actually a 10 seed. He took a 10-seeded Syracuse to the Final Four. But yeah, he beat Tom Izzo and the Michigan State Wolverines, Michigan State Spartans yesterday. Michigan State, another perennial title favorite, gone. I mean, Boeheim versus Izzo is a great coaching matchup, but in the Sweet 16, we're going to get Boeheim versus Krzyzewski. Of course, their rivalry in the ACC, but again, another great coaching matchup. That's gonna be a fun one. I didn't even mention Florida State knocking off number 1 Xavier last night. First time 2 number 1 seeds didn't get packed. Did two #1 seeds were knocked off before the Sweet 16. I mean, this is just crazy, man. I mean, this has just been one of, if not the most unpredictable seasons in college basketball history. I mean, because all year there was never really that one team, that one dominant team that has stood out. I mean, so now I guess the question is now, who's the favorite? Who's the favorite to win now? Obviously, the favorite in my mind, I can't even say it's Villanova. The favorite in my mind is whoever comes out of the Midwest region. I mean, you have Kansas facing Clemson, and then you have, again, the big coaching matchup, Boeheim versus Krzyzewski, Syracuse and Duke. I had Kansas and Duke in the Midwest Regional Final, and I had Duke moving on to the Final Four. Duke is my champion. I mean, best starting five in college basketball, I believe, and the best coach. I mean, obviously, this Villanova team, I mean, they're pretty good. What they call them, the Killer Bees, Brunson, Bridges, Booth. That's a hell of a squad, but I just think in a one-on-one matchup with Duke, I just think Duke has enough to overpower them. But yeah, that's my favorite of the rest of the 16 seeds. Like I said, I had Duke as my original champion in my well thought out bracket, if you will. But yeah, man, that's gonna wrap it up for this one, man. Like I said, it's been crazy. This whole bad college basketball season has been crazy, and March Madness has took it to another level in the tournament, man. Let me know what you guys think about the tournament so far, and let me know what you expect for the Sweet 16. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to see you on the next video.